Hey guys, trying to get this camera angle. It's not working out. So totally different doing this in the dark and trying to get this lighting. Okay, so as I promised earlier, we are going to talk about eyes, eyeshadow, blending, mascara. Apparently this is something really scary for people, especially people that don't really wear makeup. So we're going to talk about like a couple of cheats and quick tips, things to do to get by a lot quicker. If you jump on and you're on here, if you guys will throw up some hearts to let me know that you're here, and then we will go from there. It's really hot in my house, so pull my hair back, sorry. Okay, so I don't ever really get to do this in the evening, so I figured that all the kids are gone pretty much, so I'm going to take advantage of that while I can. There's usually 6 people and a lot of chaos in my house, so the mornings are much easier for me when there's not a million people running around. Okay. Hi, Allie. Hey, Heather. All right, so the colors that I have on right now are my favorite fall colors. I don't know if you can see them because the lighting, like I said, is not really rocking it right now. As we go close, you can kind of see. It's a blend of cream shadows and some powder. So some really awesome thing that I had to share with you guys, which is like literally my whole motivation for doing this, because I just discovered it and felt like it was too awesome to hide. Okay, so currently right now we have these cream eyeshadows that are on sale for like 50% off, which I'm gonna pause for all the couponers for you guys to get excited and like hear the word 50% off and get like, super pumped. Okay, the reason I'm mentioning it is not because of the sale, but because of this awesome little like freaking tidbit that I saw and like just had to show it. Okay, so if you're a person who struggles with dark circles, let's be real, most of us do, right? Depending on what time of the day it is. Mine show less or more. You may not always have concealer. Concealer is one of those things that's kind of difficult to match. I used to think that it had to match my exact skin tone for some unknown reason. So typically I normally wear this, which is just like some touch concealer, put a few dabs under my eyes and do the whole blending thing. You may or may not have seen it. Put some hearts on here. Let me know that you're on here, ladies, so we can talk if you have questions. So typically that's what I do. If you're new and have never watched one of my videos, if you can comment new just so I know that you're on here and I can say thanks for watching and tuning in. Okay, so there is this color currently. It's called Bittersweet. It's a cream like this. I have a really pink undertone to my skin without all my foundation on. So somebody else did this and I was like, holy crap, that is amazing. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Felt kind of stupid actually that I didn't. So this actually can be used underneath your eyes. You can dab it on this area and it works as a concealer. Like it will hide all of your like dark circles, any lines that you have. I'm sure you can see a difference. Like I don't have it on this side. I do on this side. Huge, amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use this cream, which is called Bittersweet. We're gonna kind of put it down as a base. If you don't have eye primer, you can actually use something like this. It's kind of a really neutral tone, and you can just kind of use it all over your eyelid to set like kind of a primer down for all the rest of the colors that you're gonna use. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is just kind of blending it in all over my eye. This color actually like lightens your eyes and it kind of makes everything stand out. Again, my lighting is like pretty iffy right now. Okay, for you guys that's just joining, this is the finished before. We're going from there. Okay, so we're gonna put a nice even after we've used it as a concealer because we just discovered that right and it's truly amazing. All right, so it's all over the entire eyelid. We're gonna take it all the way up to where my eyebrow is. This actually will brighten your eyes and it kind of lifts them a little bit, especially if you have hooded eyes. If you don't know what that is, you probably don't have them. Okay. Next color we're going to use is going to be something like, I'm really messy if you know me. Like this makeup counter is a hot mess, so just ignore that. And I got stuff in my hair. Okay. So we're gonna use this orange bronze color right here as our second color, and we're gonna kind of blend it up. So I'm gonna take a blending brush, which is something really fluffy. It doesn't have to be this one, clearly, but they're fluffy, they're light. You put a little bit, you're always gonna wanna tap it off, kind of knock the excess off, so you can use as little or as much as you want. So I'm just gonna take it and kind of fan it over where my eye is. Really helpful trick, guys, is if you keep your eye open while you're doing it and not close it, you actually will see what it's gonna look like. We don't walk around with our eyeballs closed, so people aren't gonna see what your eyeshadow looks like with your eye closed. So want to keep your eye open while you're doing it so that you know what you're looking at and how much you're getting with your eye open. Okay, so it's kind of a base. It's the second color that we've used, and we're actually going to take it across the whole like hooded part of our eye here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go big or go home, right? So we're going to use something, kind of a really big fall thing. If you're a new presenter or you're looking to become a business partner and you purchase the bundle, it's actually one of the colors that's coming in the bundle right now. It's called Fervent. Definitely looks like fall. It's this red color right here, which seems kind of brave, right? Like, who's gonna do that? But it's really pretty on. Okay, so I'm just gonna take it and kind of just dab it on the brush. You don't want a bunch of this because it's really dark. So it's easier to build up than to try to take it away. So you're gonna put a little bit on here. Again, you're gonna tap off the excess. I'm actually gonna lay it along the corner of the eye. I always hold my mouth open when I put mascara or eyeshadow or anything on for some reason. I think it helps my concentration. Your kids like hold their mouth open when they're doing stuff. It was probably that kid, like snotting everywhere. Don't judge, it's okay. Okay, so we're gonna put it in the corner. And we're gonna bring it over. You're gonna kind of blend this out. I like to use my fingers also for some unknown reason. I totally just got mascara all over my face. Next tip, if you use a bristle brush, you can actually wipe off any excess mascara or anything that you have on, and it takes it away without having to wash your face and start all over again. Because you're just learning all kinds of stuff tonight, right? You can learn like the 100 ways that I fix things. Okay, so we're gonna blend this over just like this. See if you can see. And then I like to take a lighter color. So this is called Optimistic. It's just this white color here. Any light, really white or super light color would work. I like to put it in the corner and just kind of bring it in. Again, it makes your eyes look more open, and then bring it across. I'm super sophisticated with the tools I use, mostly my fingers. Now this eye is much darker than this one, so now I'm just gonna build from there. So you could do this with a combination of a million colors. You could use browns. You could do a smoky eye with like a gray, black. People are scared of smoky eyes. They're kind of like intimidating. Don't be afraid. It's okay. Okay, so now that we have that in place, then I'm gonna take some eyeliner that I totally dropped on the floor. Okay, we're gonna go across the edge. So this depends on your eye shape. depending on who you are, what shape your eyes are, you're gonna line different areas. If your eyes are really squinty and they're more closed, you're not gonna wanna take it over as far because it's gonna make your eyes look more narrow. If you have larger eyes, you're gonna be able to line more of the eye. And depending on how dramatic, how much you wanna do, you can actually take the eyeliner out as far as possible and then build up from there. Okay, so final step. I'm actually gonna take a little bit along the bottom too. I have really big eyes, so I use a lot of eyeliner. This is actually a brownish black. I don't typically wear that color. I usually go with a darker color, but why not, right? Okay, last thing, super easy thing. Even if you do nothing else, this is what you're gonna wanna do. Epic mascara, and I like to use the 3D also. Now 3D has been around forever. It's actually the whole very first product of Younique that I ever bought and continue to use every single day since then. Never could go back. But you've had the best, you can't go back, right? Okay, I need a mirror that's smaller. Hold on. Kind of blind, so I can't do this from a distance. Hey, Jen. Okay, so we're gonna take the Epic on first, which is just regular. This is actually waterproof. You could cry a river. You could have the worst breakup of your life. You could use this stuff and it's not going anywhere and you're still gonna look great. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on first. I like to use it as like a base coat. I don't have very long eyelashes, and they're not very full either, like whatsoever. This typically goes on a little bit easier, but I already had someone from earlier today and I kind of wiped it off really super quick before I did this video. Okay, so we're gonna put that on first. Then I like to take the 3D lash, but when you pull it out, if you wipe the top of it and get some of these excess fibers off, it's not going to stick in your eyeball. This is the #1 complaint that people say, like when I talk to them about this, is they got it in their eye and it burned. Ain't gonna lie, done that a million times. Totally have done it before. But if you wipe them off like this, they're not gonna really go anywhere. Okay, so from there you can actually build off the Epic, and you can make these as dramatic or as like every day. You're not gonna wanna be like, I mean you could. You're not gonna be like this crazy chick that's walking around with like full out like runway model lashes. Unless you want to. Go ahead if you want to. More power to you. I'd rock it. Okay, so then I'm gonna put the Epic over top of it. Just kind of seals in the fibers. Again, I don't have bottom lashes whatsoever. Not one of the things I was blessed with. Okay, I'm gonna put it on here. It's gonna build. And again, if you guys are just hopping on here, throw up some hearts to let me know that you're here. If you've never seen any videos before, drop new. Just so I can touch base and thank you for stopping in at least, right? If you thank somebody for visiting your house, you should thank somebody for visiting your live video. It's kind of the same thing. Okay. So the finished color, it's gonna be, let's see if you can see. It's gonna be all blended in. Now, depending on what you wanna do, you can actually bring this cream shadow like underneath your eyes if you're gonna do your eyebrow tutorial, like not doing all that tonight. But if you wanted to bring some of the cream shadow in here, it's gonna raise it. It's also gonna clean up any lines or any mistakes that you've made if you went a little too far and you don't wanna bring in some foundation. You can actually use it on a regular brush and just kind of clean up your lines, like something like this. You can bring it in along the bottom and kind of straighten it up. You can also put some in the corner of your eyes to make everything lighter. Again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. If you saw something on here and you just wanted to kind of share it with somebody, or you thought you have a friend who may be interested in something, or it looks like something you want to do, then feel free to share. Again, if you're new, drop in new, I'll say hey and thanks for watching. And then if there's a product or something on here that seemed like something you would be interested in, if you drop in the bottom in the comments, then it'll be something that I can message you and say hey about. Also, before we go, one final thing, if you guys are interested and you ever want to like check something out, or you're interested in doing like some like one-on-one or anything that's interesting, if you click on my face a couple of times, it will give you an opportunity. Again, if you just click on my face, a box will pop up on the bottom, and on the corner it says follow. If you click follow, you don't have to be friends with me, but we don't have to be friends, it's okay. But you can at least follow any videos that I post in the future. It'll give you an opportunity to see them. Again, thanks for stopping by.